Jared Robinson. They call me Jay.
This is Michael Jeffrey. They call me Mike Jeff.
This is Logan Barnes, and they call me Pounds.
This is Vince Smith, and they call me Vinny.
And this is The Last Dab.
Hey, welcome back to The Last Dab podcast. We are here, and god damn it, there's more than just two of us. Vince is over here looking great, but we have the non-digital, non-robot form of Jared himself here. How does it feel to be back?
You know, it actually feels good to, not be a robot, kind of feel a little bit like a slave.
It was curious to me as to how long you're going to allow that to happen. You had the choice to be robotic, non-robotic, and it was almost like it was starting to take over you.
Yeah. It was quite the experience, becoming robot and plugging in with everyone. Everyone. Sexually, of course.
Yes.
No, fucking cyborg, dude. Imagine being a human, bro, and human and android, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
He's so mad at his dad.
He's
always so mad at his dad.
You made me a monster. You're not a monster, son. You're awesome.
Like, you want to be dead?
I gave you this cool stuff.
I could have rather kicked the fuck out of you, bro. Like, you could have been dead. So what do you want? Like,
You want
starting quarterback. I had everything.
Right, you're a fucking monster, bro. Like, in a good way. Like, yeah, you are. So Jared the human is here, and that's great. Those headphones might not be working, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So today we got a fucking packed episode. That is great. Love to see it. Love to hear it. So right off the bat, sports have been pretty crazy right now so far. We got basketball. We got
Super Bowl coming up.
Which, yeah, it's crazy, man.
So Super Bowl predictions. What do we think?
Well, we were all wrong.
Yeah.
We were all wrong.
Man, I think it's gonna be the Eagles, man. I think they've proven me wrong, proven a lot of people wrong over and over, and I think it's just time to accept it. I don't know though. Patty Mahomes is a beast, and is he recovering a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you can't not be.
High ankle sprain. He fucked up that ankle. He played pretty good last week, but
You can tell even off the handoffs, he's doing double steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not planting that foot. He's going hop, hop.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And when he's, moving around in the pocket, it's more of like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, instead of it being, like you're planting, boom,
It's a stutter step.
It's kind of like a
hesitant,
like an antelope. You know what I mean?
Injured antelope.
Injured antelope.
Not an elegant.
Yeah,
it's
on
like
the field of battle.
Oh,
And that lion's there.
and he's got a goat.
Yeah.
Patty Mahomes, he's quick with the thoughts, though. He can make it quick, but if his body's not there, you know what I mean? Like, you can only do so much.
You can only do so much.
So, last week, I believe it would have been last week. Was that the game? I saw a lot of posts about people were saying the NFL's rigged or there was some cheating going on.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it came down to a play not getting called.
Bengals and Chiefs. It was like a flag on the end of the game that gave the Chiefs a field goal, pretty much. Like Patrick Mahomes ran out of bounds, and a Bengals player shoved him as he was already out of bounds, and it gave him a flag to.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was cheap in your opinion?
He was already out of bounds,
but there's a huge difference in my eyes when it's like, that was the end of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, look,
literally last play, like time ran out.
Like, bro, you are so hyped up it's different if it's first quarter, second quarter, someone runs out of bounds, you push them, and it's like kind of fuck you. But it's the last game, last hurrah. You're doing everything you can do. He might be out of bounds. He might not be out of bounds. I don't know. I'm taking care of this tackle. And I'm almost positive it wasn't even anything like.
No, he didn't like.
It wasn't even
egregious.
anything like where it would be like this.
You've seen some
dude,
plays and it'd be like, where's the call on that? And
exactly.
And then some plays, like, they hardly touch them like that. And then they'll be like,
because of where it was and because of the timing of it. And it just, a lot of people were like, that was too coincidental. That was like basically just handing them the opportunity.
Victory, yeah. So, I mean, man, I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles myself. What do you guys think?
So for everyone that doesn't know, it's Eagles versus
the Chiefs.
So we got the bird, blah, blah. and then we got a chief.
I don't know. I think the Eagles for sure have the most complete roster in the NFL. I think.
Yeah.
Both lines are good. Skill players are all good.
I think they got the advantage. Because, man, with this Patrick Mahomes injury, that is just without that injury,
who knows? Yeah,
I would say it is a close enough game as you can fucking get.
And Chiefs, they have a unit of their own, but
of course
really,
Kelsey,
unstoppable.
Patrick. When you look at the Eagles, though, like you're right, dude. Offense and defense.
The defensive line's really good, especially with Patrick Mahomes not being able to move.
Yeah,
that's what happened with the Buccaneers Chiefs Super Bowl. Like Patrick Mahomes was running for his life the whole game, and they couldn't do anything.
So
he can't move away in the pocket as much, and you got.
They're going to be rushing. They're going to rush the shit out of him.
It's going to be tough. I think I'm going to Eagles. All three Eagles?
Yeah. We're going to have to grease the poles in Philly.
Yeah.
They climbing.
They're going to want to climb.
Win or lose, we riot.
We're going to want to get
I want to fight.
Yeah.
We won.
We got a score prediction at all? Anyone?
I'll go.
I'm thinking 27-10.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking they'll get a touchdown and they'll get a field goal. But besides that, I'm thinking Eagles are just going to kind of, 2 touchdowns.
They hurt the 49ers quarterback on the first pass last week. He hurt it.
Yeah,
Purdy.
broke
some of his elbow.
He was throwing back. I watched that.
That's
game.
unfortunate, man, because Purdy's a beast.
Yeah. It was weird because I was there in the city that day. Went to a smoke lounge or whatever. It was like lighting up and watching the game and shit, and just chilling. But
that's cool.
It kind of sucked because they lost and shit. Out. Then I started thinking, I was like, I don't know what kind of city this is. Will they riot if they lose? I gotta get out of here. But then places started shutting down because they said that there was a protest coming. All the places started shutting down, and said there's protests about to be started.
There's legal protests. Shut them down.
They'll have them like every day.
I don't get it.
Well, I think just in case for like the mall
vandalism and shit. Yeah. So that's our Super Bowl. That's our Super Bowl pick. Let us know what you think. We'll have this out before the Super Bowl.
The real question is who are you picking for the Pro Bowl?
It already happened today.
Oh, did it?
What about the dog one, the puppy dog halftime bowl?
Oh, yeah. I missed that?
No, that's going to happen.
Oh, we still got time for it. I'm picking the Rottweiler.
Oh. He's going Rottweiler, pure strength. 135, Auburn. That's UFC. That's NFL, man.
But there isn't some more news.
What do we got?
You brought up against the Bucks. Patty Mahomes, Tom Brady.
Brady, he's packing it up.
Yeah.
He's finally packing it up.
Or is he?
And going home. Or is he? God. Who knows? I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, he threw away marriage and kids' house, not to win. I don't think that had anything to do with it. You know what I mean?
Think they'll put a statue in New England?
I could see that at the stadium.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, he's goat statted.
Yeah.
So they got
It's
to.
like they did with
Seven rings. That's a lot.
I mean, that's more than Jordan.
It's crazy.
That's more than Jordan. You're a baller at that point.
To leave somewhere and then go somewhere else and win 1-2. That's pretty,
that's impressive.
That's some LeBron shit. That's impressive too.
Speaking of LeBron, he thought he was going to get Kyrie, and he did not.
And that's the thing about Kyrie, man. What this just happened, and this is insane. Kyrie Irving to the Mavs.
To the Mavericks.
Him and Luka.
Bro. That's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Luka's such a strong forward. He can play. I mean, he shoots like a shooting guard. I think he's built like a small, and he can play well enough with the bigs, with the power forwards, in the sense of just his maneuverability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He always creates distance. His fadeaway, you can't block it.
Yeah.
He's obviously European, so the way he dribbles and moves, it's different. So
this'll give him a chance to take a breather once in a while and be able to get open or be able to make, you know what I mean, make almost pretty much be able to have a playmaker with him, be able to make a play with the team. Yeah, right.
I mean, Kyrie at the end of the day is a facilitator.
How you gonna worry about Luka when you got Kyrie to worry about right there? And how you gonna worry about Kyrie when you got Luka right there? So that's definitely a dual threat.
Kyrie right there at the key, Luka out there in the corner. What do you do? How do you set up your defense? You know that there's going to be a high screen. So Kyrie's going to get the screen. He's going to be able to go left or right. So then that means if he goes right and Luka's on the right, the right side, he can either dish it out to Luka or take it up himself. Luka can then move back out to the key. He could toss it back to Luka. I mean, there's just so many opportunities. And with the screens, you've been seeing a lot of double screens lately in NBA. Like someone will come up, set up pick, and then the person who rolls off that pick, they set a screen on them too. So the person that's like, okay, my teammate got picked, so now I'm gonna take up his man. Then he gets picked and he gets screened. And it's like, oh shit, now what do you do?
Right.
Now you're looking for a third option. And that's where all these crazy fucking ball movements where it's just boom, 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 all the way across the court. And then they find their man. Because sometimes you're like, dude, shoot the ball. But then that last, pass, it's like, oh, that's what they're looking for.
Right.
Clean shot right then and there. Thing about Kyrie, though, is, he's always kind of the last couple of years is the whole mental thing, kind of his mental state and just drama and stuff. What do you guys think about that with the Mavs?
I mean, I think it'll be good for him to get out of the New York limelight maybe and get in a smaller market. Dallas is, I mean, it's a big city, but it's smaller in size. It's not like Chicago or New York or Miami, I guess.
It's a good take on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is if he's actually still passionate about the sport or not, it may not even have to do with the team, like you're saying. And it would be, I think he's looking for a good spot like that. But also at the same time, you're not gonna, you got to find something. You got, he's got to meet somewhere in the middle, because I know when he was with the Celtics, he was really not happy there.
No.
And I didn't even know really how bad it was at the Knicks. Was he?
That was bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Was that before the Celtics? That was after the Celtics.
Cleveland, then Celtics, and then Nets, I believe.
And so he's still having problems.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of concerning in my eyes.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, that could always just mean maybe he doesn't have the right team. Right management.
He left Cleveland because he didn't want to be under LeBron, but then he said he regrets actually leaving.
Yeah, because they could have won another chip. Yeah, they could have won another chip. So that comes down to, maybe just pride and ego. And then once you get older, hindsight 2020, you got this young superstar, arguably the best player in the league. you might as well do what you can do, you know what I mean, to better yourself. And, you know, he's going to have that veteran status on his back. Like, he can help out Luka a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He can help out Luka a lot with a lot of things. Luka's going to be able to, like you said, have some more room to, like, be more of a role player. Because, like, he's kind of doing it all. But now with Kyrie, you know, he can be more of that role player. I mean, his shooting's going to be unreal.
They got some big guys. The
Yeah.
Mavericks, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that
like,
Christian Wood. And,
Woody?
Yeah.
My man just grew.
He played for the Hawks. They traded him from the Hawks last year.
Oh,
He's pretty good.
Kyrie Irving, shout out. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, this is going to be cool.
Be
It's gonna
interesting to
fun.
see, for sure.
Him and Luka. So shout out Kyrie. We support you with this decision. And it's going to be fun to watch.
The trade came out of nowhere. He just said, I want to be traded like 2 days ago.
It's
And all of a
crazy.
sudden,
And it just happened like that. Boom.
Nice.
That's the power.
Wonder if something happened inside, you know, like.
I think they said they were talking about a contract extension, but the Nets didn't want to give him a guaranteed contract unless it had to be tied to winning a championship. So he wouldn't have got like a guaranteed money without winning
Oh,
a championship. So they weren't committed to him,
Like,
I guess.
I can't.
Guarantee, yeah.
So in other sports news, switching up just a little bit, and this is big. The Mac Man is back.
The Mac?
He's back into the UFC, not for a fight, but for Dana White's contending series. We got Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. It's going to be which number?
The Ultimate Fighter coaches.
Yeah, coaches for the Ultimate Fighter. Which like how many of those are there now?
Didn't they
Have there
take them
been?
away and then, like, aren't they?
They haven't done it for a while.
But how many did they have, do you think, at the time?
How many seasons? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. It's been on for a while because that's what made the UFC popular.
30.
30? Wow.
30?
Or is that of the
I'm trying to think
UFC?
who the last one was.
That's how many. That's for the UFC. That's because you know how they got 30 on the gloves. That's not for the tough
Okay.
Ultimate Fighter seasons. I don't know. They act like there are. Yeah, 31. It'll be the 31st season.
Wow.
It's a lot of seasons. That's what Kamaru Usman came off of, Ultimate Fighter. She had a bunch of fighters come off that.
Speaking of that fight coming up, did we already do predictions on that?
Kamaru Usman and
Leon Edwards.
for the third.
Number
For the
30.
second.
I'm
Oh,
going,
it is for the third.
I'm
you're
going Leon, bro. I don't know, a lot
It's
of people
it's
think,
in London.
Yeah, it's in London. A lot of people think Usman, you know, is not going to be taking shit, and it's kind of was like a fluke. But I don't know. I feel like Leon's kind of figured him out. I feel like he's kind of like, you know, Blade, like, you know what I mean? Like he's got him figured out. He's got his book. He's reading it. He's taking it home. He's doing flashcards. You know what
learning
I mean?
his craft and
Learning his craft.
or already learned. Well, and bro, here's the thing. My take on it, man, is obviously, no doubt, he won that. Like, obviously, like, Usman's eyes are rolling behind his skull, but. And I know he obviously trained for that
Yeah.
to happen. Not saying that but you know how much patience and time like you have to wait and just the chances of that happening. I mean,
Definitely wasn't coincidental kick.
Right.
Like, oh, here comes a kick that
it's like he could see it, but it's like for that impact, for everything that happened was just like so perfect for that knockout. And like thankfully he did it at that time, but to do that again is going to be tough. Usman was winning that whole fight.
for sure.
And it looked like Leon was just going to lose. I mean, they were talking about it about to be over. But
I remember he had gotten hit, and you could see it in his eyes.
He's all-
he was starting to look around a little crazy.
bro, I mean, and just to face that again, I mean, Usman, I mean, he's got to realize, I mean, he just got knocked out by this man. Like, he does have the power to knock me out. Now Usman's going to be thinking, I have to be on my, up and up. Because I got caught slipping.
Yeah, I got to be on my
But I do feel like that. He did get caught slipping. It's not going to be that easy to catch Usman slipping again.
It definitely wasn't like Edwards is a much better fighter. No, I don't believe that at all. If anything, I feel like Usman's a better fighter.
Right.
But at the end of the day, someone can get caught slipping. And like you said, though, if that happens twice, that's a lot less likely. So,
and it looked like it was going to go the end to like all 5 rounds. So, I mean, that means Usman didn't knock Leon Edwards out. He couldn't necessarily knock him out. So, I mean, that one's definitely going to be a good one to watch.
Now that it's the third, it's like each of them have both proven themselves. Now this is like to determine like the legacy.
Oh, and I didn't get to see the Moreno one. Didn't Moreno just win? I didn't get to see that. We talked about that, didn't we? Okay.
I don't know if we talked about it, but
what, Moreno and Figueroa?
Like
20th time.
Yeah.
We're going to fight again. Oh my God.
31st
season. Come on. Jesus. All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
You see us?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna watch it.
John Jones coming back.
John Jones coming
That's
back.
That's gonna be a good one. I can't wait. That sucks that so Ngannou, is he not in the UFC now? He's done.
Yeah, they released from his contract, I believe.
Sickening.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is kind of crazy, man.
It's disgusting.
Like, what? That is a UFC fighter. You know what I mean?
I just want to scream, wow! Dude, what? It's so dumb. I don't know, man. Pay him. You know what I mean? Pay him his money.
But he want like a lot.
Was it over?
Wasn't it like a lot?
It's outrageous.
I think they ended up making John Jones the highest paid fighter other than Conor McGregor.
Well, because this is about to jumpstart the UFC again. Because the past a few episodes that we've had, probably about 10 to 15, in the past, we've kind of talked about stuff's kind of like the UFC starting to get a little you know what I mean? Like a little wussy, you know? Come on, man.
Yeah.
So it's like now they're starting to bring back John Jones is coming back. Okay, Dana's slapping
Conor
wives.
coming back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh my God.
Connor's coming back. I mean, what the fuck? It's almost like they're planning.
It's a reunion.
Shit.
They're all
That's
it's a big ass shit show just about to.
They all got a bag and they're just let's go.
Connor, Dana, and John Jones are in the back.
Yeah. Joe Rogan's like, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Bruce Buffer's announcing everything. He's narrating the whole.
And 3 lines of coke in that corner. And we're like, whoa.
Yeah. He's hitting it.
Yeah. Yeah, the UFC, I feel like they're getting revamped almost. You know what I mean? I like it.
Izzy and Pereira fighting again.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that was deserved. So it's like, let's go.
Burns and Masvidal.
Makachev and
I'm sorry, but
Volkanovski.
I feel like Burns is gonna whoop Masvidal's ass, bro.
Burns a big guy.
He gonna beat his ass, bro.
Burns no plaything.
I know he don't play around, bro. I feel like he's gonna beat his ass. He was the only person that was close with Masvidal, right? Or the other Russian guy, Chimaev.
Yeah. That was an entertaining fight.
And so you're gonna try to tell me that Masvidal
no
is gonna fucking do anything to Burns? I just don't think
Burns
it's possible, bro. I just don't.
Masvidal's a small 170er too.
Very small one.
Isn't
Burns
Colby
is a
supposed to
big
be
guy.
fighting somebody too?
I thought he was gonna fight.
He needs to fight himself.
I thought he was gonna fight Chimaev.
Beat yourself up.
Oh
bud.
yeah, but I think the what? They get married. They don't want to fight.
Yeah.
No, they're fine.
Yeah, now they're like, we love each other.
The heck?
They started hanging out with each other a lot. A little bit too
Did
much.
they? Are you talking about
Colby
Till?
and
Oh, you're thinking about Till.
Till. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Till.
It was Till and Chimaev.
Yeah.
They're hanging out a lot.
Yeah, Colby and Chimaev, that would be entertaining because everybody wants to see, you know what I mean?
Do you want to see that wrestling?
What did everybody get pissed at Chimaev for?
Missing weight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
By a lot.
By a lot.
By like 8.5 pounds. I don't care. I murder everybody. It's like, bro, you're like 10 pounds more than people, of course.
He put his thumb up or something. Good.
Yeah. My doctor told me to eat bread. I'm like, bro, that's like
You can't.
yeah, like you can't. So like if that's the case, just like get out of the fight.
Right.
Order yourself a pizza and like just don't waste our time. Oh, UFC. We love it though. That's the thing about it. We love the UFC. And
do love it.
We're not
Can't get enough of
we're
it.
not gonna stop watching it.
Pisses me
That's
off.
the thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm so mad. I love
Why
it.
would I?
I'm not gonna stop watching it. So
Dude, you know the fights last night? The main event wasn't until like almost 3 a.m., dude.
oh yeah, and
Damn,
let's
Like
talk
2
about
I think it started at 2 a.m.
What?
The main event card, something like that.
were they on the moon? What the fuck
I
is
know,
going
bro.
on?
That's how there was a lot of
moon landing time.
A lot of like full fights. Like
a lot of
I
like
hate that,
prelims. A lot of like there were a lot of
fights.
prelims,
Huh.
dude. I don't know why.
They're just making it to where like get a lot of fights in. That
Yeah.
way people can, show their.
I don't know why it was so late, but I watched main event card on Bellator last night.
Oh,
Well,
Fedor, Ryan Bader.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
talk about the one on that UFC one was Derek Lewis and
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, this?
Derek Lewis and what? Flip around. I do that all the time.
I would
I
fuck
do it all
myself
the
up.
time. I'm like, why does this not work? Open it.
I'm scared. No, it is this side.
No, it's not. It's not.
You're
Open
trying
the
to kill
lid.
me.
Open the lid. There you go. Yeah. So DL, he got choked on the DL.
Yeah.
What was it? What kind of choke was it? Rear naked? Was it like a Doris? Was it like a
Dars.
Doris? Was it a guillotine? Like what kind of like where we?
I almost said Mark Henry.
The world's strongest man.
He's like, you get choked the fuck out by him.
Submission loss. Oh yeah, it was I should know this.
We're gonna pronounce the name.
No, I forget. I don't even remember what it's called. You see it right there? You know how they clamp down on the carotid artery?
Oh,
And they got
That's
one
what the
arm up
chokes-
and they got the other one.
yeah.
And the motherfucker's like, oh.
Yeah. That would suck.
Yeah, I know what you're
You're
talking
getting
about.
choked
I
by
can't
your
remember
own
that. I
arm.
can't remember.
What is it?
Head and arm triangle.
Yeah, it's a type of triangle. Yeah.
Arm triangle. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Dude's name
feel like I should know
Sergey
that.
Spivak.
Spivak.
First round. Sheesh.
Yeah. And that sucked to see. And he was in shape.
And he was
bro.
in shape.
He looked good.
Do you
Like,
think he was weak? Do you
Could've
think he
been.
lost some?
he still had the power there, but he got outmatched?
He just did. I mean, it's one. It's one thing to lose weight, and
Guess I don't know how he actually felt. I
Well,
don't
think
know,
about
but-
it. If you lose weight, then if
That's
someone
less-
is less weight to have to be thrown
But
around.
muscle weighs more than fat
But at the same time, at the weight that he was,
because it's like when you have more muscle, then you gotta provide it with more oxygen, so
Yeah,
you're breathing
protein
heavier,
and
trying
stuff,
to
yeah.
get that oxygen to
Yeah.
your muscles and stuff.
I'm thinking his major weight cut it was healthy, but I think it probably had to do something with it.
Something,
I mean, first round.
yeah.
Like, come on.
See, it
He's
happen a lot
usually-
with fighters. It sucks
Yeah.
to see it too because
Yeah.
you feel like
He's
could've-
usually a third round fighter to me. Like in the sense of like he usually
Sorry.
gets winded at least. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like you'll see Derek
I see
Lewis
that.
like
And
at
he'll be
least
like, I need to work on my cardio.
standing, blah, blah,
standing
blah. Like
yeah,
at least
yeah.
it's like but then first round, boom, boom, boom. It's like, damn, bro, what the fuck happened?
I mean, it's either I feel like it's either a coin toss of that or like a knockout in the first round. With
That's
him.
all with
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's
that's
either
all it is.
either that or that. Which in this case, he did get submitted, which is different. than
That's the
that.
opposite side.
Yeah,
Of the coin. It's the bright
yeah.
side.
Yeah,
Two-face.
right.
He's
yeah.
got a two-face.
This wasn't
Derek
for you,
Lewis.
or whatever. What did he say? This
Yeah.
wasn't for you. This was
Yeah.
for you. That was for you, driver.
Yeah. Well, that's the UFC in a nutshell so far. and we're looking forward
to Conor
some more.
McGregor. Oh yeah, he got hit by a car, bro.
Conor McGregor got hit by a
He
car.
was on a bike.
On a bike, yeah.
Have you ever seen?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
You could have killed me.
He had the guy like in the car, and he was like, "This flute man hit me."
He's
in
recording
my
everything.
car."
He's like looking at it with the guy. The guy's like, "I'm sorry, man.
Dude's scared.
Dude, I'm sorry."
He's like a blind.
He's
curve
like,
or
"It's all
something.
right. It's all right." He's like, "Do you want me?" He's like, "Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing." He's like, "I can grab your bike and take it." He's like, "Yeah, matter of fact, take it.
Yeah, he's like,
take the bike. Take it for me." He's like, in the car, "This is my man. This is my man. What is your name?" And then like tells him like his full name and shit. Like,
bro, that dude was scared. He was like, "Bro, I know this dude punches old men at bars. So I
yeah,
hit him with the
I'm so
fucking
sorry,
car."
Conor McGregor. I'm so sorry. Like,
Don't worry, mate. We'll
don't
be
worry
all
about
right.
it. He said I'm alive. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. If Chandler thinks he's got if Chandler thinks he's got something with me, talk to the Volkswagen. That motherfucker was 12 tons.
This is not over. That's what he said after Dustin. This is not over. Far from over. He's a villain.
Yo, technically that car 1-0, baby.
Yeah, right.
1-0,
Got
baby.
Conor, smacked his
Got
ass.
his ass. Got his ass. Boy.
But they keep on putting Dustin and Khabib memes in
As
that
the car?
in the vehicle. Imagine Khabib.
I gotta see those, bro.
It has Bula on Khabib's lap.
Yeah. He's too short.
How he's laughing. I can't do it.
Oh man.
But I do imagine of that video of Conor way back in the day, or not way back in the day, but like earlier in his career, riding a bike, and he's like, la 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 la, it's the motherfucking DLJJ. Imagine getting hit by that fucking
bro. He fucking smoked.
Yeah.
It was someone who
I know
the
you're
person
talking
saw
about.
that video and was like, "I'm gonna get
Right.
my revenge."
It's somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. I'm sure someone's
you're
made
talking
it.
about.
You know, it may or may not exist. If not, we need to. Someone give me my credits. You guys were here.
Yeah, we had the idea, but someone has made it for sure. Oh man. So on to other news. We got this is something crazy. I mean, this is the world. Spy balloon. What's up with the spy balloon, man? This whole spy balloon story. Vince, bring it up and like let's break it down because this is huge. This is something different, man. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's got their opinions. Everyone's got their reasoning why, it did get shot down. First of all, you hear spy balloon, you're like, what spy balloon? What are we in the fucking what is this, like a kid's birthday party? Like the
It's a
fuck?
spy
Big
balloon.
ass
Yeah,
balloon?
it sounds like a toy.
Yeah, exactly.
Down spy balloon raises diplomatic tensions between U.S. and China. It's like, so what's going on? Why are you spying?
Exactly. And I love how they use the word U.S. diplomatic tensions. Like, bro, no, you are spying on the country. That sounds like a whole lot more than diplomatic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's like on some that's some next level like James Bond shit. Imagine imagine Don driving a fucking Charger up to the fucking spy balloon and like wrecking into it. And he's like, "This is for family." And
Oh
fucking-
my god, yeah.
You know what I'm
He's
talking
flying
about?
into it.
Yeah, Fast and Furious
Yeah.
22. They got to take down a spy balloon.
Fast and Furious 23. This adds up with the years. Just happens to be.
Yes. Spy balloon.
Letty's
down.
back.
Yeah,
Paul Walker's back.
Oh.
Wait, what?
In spirit,
He's
in
all
spirit.
CGI. They make a whole movie with the CGI.
Yeah.
Oh, we've gotten off. But,
We
we got
got
way off. But okay, so I mean,
Spy balloon.
all right.
Let's say this.
Can we get a picture of it? Because I did notice like it looked weird. Like it looked like China balloon. So
big
it's like
ass
a big
balloon.
ass. Like,
I mean, it's pretty visible.
oh yeah, there's a diagram of it. What's that?
Yep.
This little diagram.
High altitude surveillance
Helium-filled
balloon.
solar panels provided the power. Okay,
Oh.
that's how instruments can include cameras, radar, sensors maybe, and
Satellites, equipment,
radar,
communication
sensors, and
equipment.
communications equipment.
How high do they go? 120,000 fucking feet. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
A fighter aircraft goes up to about 65,000 feet. A commercial airliner is 40,000 feet. That is about three times the amount of a commercial airliner.
Bro,
So this motherfucker is up there.
120,000 feet.
I mean, that is huge, man. I like how the solar power is like power.
And I wonder how well it can.
I mean, bro, think about it. If there's a
Pick up.
satellite in space, it's sending it to space way quicker and way
Further.
like what I'm saying is like, say it's got a communication device on the spy balloon and it is communicating to a satellite in space.
Oh,
120,000 feet in the air is not that far away from the satellite.
yeah. So they can pick up the signal.
That
quick.
type of communication is way quicker.
That's true.
So let's say you got this Chinese, manned satellite that is, basically communicating with said balloon at a way quicker rate, that would be detectable per se. So basically, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but the theory, it's not even a theory. The story is that this balloon flew across the entire continental United States. And it was shot down around what, Hawaii?
I think on around like South Carolina, like as it left the eastern seaboard.
So it came from
California. They first saw it in Montana. I believe.
Okay. So then it did. It came from the West Coast, flew over. It got noticed around mid U.S. and then finally it got shot down around the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the entire east. That's the eastern coast. You know what I mean? So
there's people like could see outside their house, like get shot down from like binoculars and shit.
I watched the video of this dude that saw like this jet fly to a certain spot, shoot off the fucking like the missile,
Dang,
and then I'm
that's
a fucker
badass.
just
bro. And then I thought about this. What if it's intended to be shot down? You know what I mean?
It's the old Trojan horse.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's
That
already
gives them a reason to.
I mean, anything. I mean, chemical warfare, you know what I mean? Or
Distraction.
See what our response would be.
biological warfare. See what I mean, especially like with tensions high over there in Russia. And like, I mean, I guess like there's going to be tensions high everywhere anyways, but.
It is weird that they took like the whole time to let it go by.
We knew it was there. We knew it was as soon as it crossed into our airspace in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean, where after past Hawaii, where
they just didn't say anything until someone saw something.
We just didn't say anything because what is there to say besides shooting it down? Like, oh, there is a surveillance balloon going over our airspace.
Okay, well, think about this. What's over there on the East Coast? Like. Not just on the East Coast, but on the eastern side of America. I mean, we got Washington, D.C., and like we have New York, and all the buildings. I mean, they attacked before Pentagon, Pennsylvania,
Baltimore,
and all that. I mean, we got a lot. So, I mean, if it got over there, then they could pick up signals over. Who knows?
I mean, cameras, radars, all the things that
presidential conversation, or
they could pick up some stuff that. And I mean, if it was shot down all the way over there, I mean, who's to say what it did and did not pick up? Because crossing over the continental United States, I mean, there's a lot of army bases too. There's a lot of there's a lot of military stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say they didn't take pictures of
in Montana is like where like missile silos are. And
so
shit
who's
like
to
that,
say there weren't pictures and radar signals and things that weren't picked up that had to do with that. It's pretty crazy, man. So it got shot down. Is there a response from China? Let's see if type in Google spy balloon response from China. Because we know what's happened on our side, right?
It's just Joe Biden next to it. But I don't know, let's read them.
Overreaction. China condemns U.S. attack on surveillance balloon as overreaction.
high-altitude surveillance balloon first entered U.S. airspace in Alaska on January 28th. So that was over a week ago.
It went into our U.S. airspace over a week ago?
Yeah, and it entered through Alaska, it went into Canada, and then entered the U.S. through Idaho on January 31st.
Wow.
It's interesting.
So, I mean, it's kind of just been doing its thing. And then we shoot it down. So that is kind of weird. That is kind of like why did you do that now and make it such a big deal when you knew it's been doing its thing this whole time?
Beijing confirmed on Friday that the balloon was Chinese, but claimed was primarily used for meteorological research and had been blown. Could you hit that X or something? Blown off course. Chinese side regrets the unintended entry of airship into U.S. airspace due to force majeure. A ministry spokesperson said.
So basically, they're saying it was used for weather and it got off course. And okay, we're sorry that it was in your airspace. And, whoops. What I mean? Like, got shot down. So
interesting.
Go down a little bit more.
American officials have maintained that the balloon was surveilling strategic sites within the U.S.
That was the leading Secretary of State, and Tony. So Tony Blinken. He had to postpone his trip to Beijing on Friday because of that.
Well, it's kind of weird, That's a weird. Is that ever? I wonder if that's ever happened before, with less technology being used.
I think there has been things like that that's happened before, like ships that have
maybe
gone into but at a lesser
capability
and a lesser level of security. Because that's you're saying it's weather and stuff, but we're confirming that it was strategic sites that it was over. It got blown off course, but it happened to go over places that we know
Chinese. No. Misunderstanding.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So there are two sides of it, but at the same time, using that, whether it is an excuse or using that truth, look, it was doing meteorological, scientific experiments, and it wasn't our fault that it, once it got taken away, we can't just go get it. You know what I mean? We can't go fly jets in there because then that would actually be,
what if it was?
You know what I mean? Because if we fly jets in there as Chinese, okay, here we go, we're coming to get the balloon. That's what the fuck? Boom, boom. Now that's a problem. So
it's like Kim Jong-un just playing a little game or something.
What I'm saying. It's kind of let's see what we do.
Oh, you shot down my traveling balloon.
Yeah. Or it's you shot down the balloon, but you didn't further more of it. You know what I mean? So who's to say if that might happen again? Who's to say something even more could be, in the future? What are we gonna do,
bro? I imagine
how's our surveillance?
I imagine drones
impacting
society.
I was just thinking. I would think of them spying on us. It would be something way more high tech than just a balloon.
That's why I was it's almost like an excuse.
That's why it's so easy to shoot down. That's why I said Trojan horse. Why would you know what I mean? It's obvious. It's just floating there. Anyways,
people can see it with just with their eyes.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
They had binoculars out, and so it's it's obviously.
Yeah, to me, I think it was like one of those. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna see how you're gonna react to it, and then we're gonna adjust our measurements to see what we do next. You know what I mean? It definitely wasn't there goes our balloon. Now we're done. I think it was now we move on to phase 2.
It was definitely studies.
Yeah,
some sort of study.
Yeah. So. Spy balloons up in the air. They're big as fuck. They're hard to miss.
They're watching over us.
They're watching over us.
Hey, bro, I just noticed again the Man Walks on the Moon poster over there.
Yeah.
When did you see the picture of like they took a reflection of what was it? It was like Buzz Aldrin and
Neil Armstrong,
and it was Buzz. That's Neil, right? I think that's Neil, or maybe Neil's taking the picture or whatever. But like they zoom in on the like the astronauts like dome piece or whatever.
Yeah, the shield, like the face mask.
Yeah, and like so they look at the reflection in it, and then they make like a sharper image
and
of,
it's like a
of
set.
that. And you can see the other astronaut, which would have been taking the picture of him or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, like it's just like so you could take a closer
cool.
look of like what was actually going on. I think I had a thing on it, but it was just
cool.
it was just interesting.
It was on a set.
Might have been on a set.
You could see someone like holding up like
the camera looked weird. Like I think it was like one of those ones like that you hold maybe like you.
He's like, all right,
How does a camera work in space? It just doesn't. None of that makes
no
sense.
light, right? No light reflecting. Like but the sun is a light. That's how we get our light.
But there's nothing.
And you can't be on the dark side of the moon. You know.
The more you think about it, the more it just doesn't make sense, bro.
How do you avoid being on the dark side of the moon? You got to go through the dark side of the moon, right?
No,
because
even if you're on the bright side of the moon, like, is that not bright as fuck?
I mean, it's like a day here, right?
I mean, the fucking moon is so bright we see it, so it's like
so it's reflecting, so it's
like everything, bro. Like, how is that not so bright? Like you can just see it. Just like, how are you not just glowing? That's what I'm saying. The fuck? That doesn't make any sense, bro. You just keep breaking it down. It makes zero sense.
What are we?
Yeah, it's just like tell every kid that's what we did.
Yeah.
And we did it before Russia.
Know that.
They had a dog up there. That dog was like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Like,
the monkey, like.
Yeah, the monkey.
Was that Sputnik? Right? Or no, they put Sputnik was a, what's it called?
The first man in like to like in that to
what's it like the shit that orbits that we put out?
Yeah, he just orbited the Earth, I think.
Oh, that's dope.
I think that was Sputnik. I'm pretty
what
sure.
What we put out in orbit, fucking like the signals.
Satellite?
Like it was like a satellite, but it's not called a satellite.
Satellite.
Maybe it is a satellite.
Sputnik
is a satellite.
Yeah.
Right.
Or did we send Sputnik? That's like super
we sent
far
Sputnik.
away.
That's now I don't even
that's
know what Sputnik is.
I think that's out of the.
I think we lost contact with
because it left Pluto. It got past Pluto.
Russians. You're right.
Yeah, it left Pluto, Sputnik. And then after it left Pluto, butt naked.
Sputnik.
Hey, what are you saying?
Butt naked. Yeah. Butt naked.
It achieved an Earth orbit with an apogee of 940 kilometers and a perigee of 230 kilometers, circling Earth every 96 minutes and remaining in orbit until January 4th, 1958, when it fell back and burned in Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, okay. So it was a satellite. It was doing its thing, and then it just fell back down. Isn't that crazy, though? We have satellites and shit. And
they say 58. That's on... We didn't walk the moon until 69.
Bro, Russia really was doing its thing, and we were just like, bro, we don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, that's why was America afraid of Sputnik? Yeah,
because it was the first. Yeah, like it was doing things that we were trying to like even.
Yeah, we were trying to
conceptualize. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We were like, okay, I think we know how to do that, and then they're like, yeah, Sputnik's up there just rotating around the Earth.
It's like they know how to do that, and that's probably what's kind of. I don't know. It's like, because I'm sure we could do that, but the reason is why, or you know what I mean? Like,
and they sent so many satellites like that.
You know how accurate satellites are? They can read like license plates from space.
I don't.
Why would you need why would you need like a balloon like that? I don't know. Just weird.
That is weird. Strange.
The satellites that like crash into Earth, it's like they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
It's just
wherever
wherever
they
it goes,
go.
it goes. We'll just
Yeah.
hopefully it's
They
in
get
the
burnt
ocean.
up by then,
A
usually.
lot of it. Yeah, you're right.
But
Yeah.
Still,
It's
The
just
Oh,
sun
speaking
comes to
of-
your house.
there's a meteorite that had happened
I
recently,
saw
and like
that.
the last time that it had happened was, I believe, like prehistoric times. Like,
so like it came by, went out,
must have.
Sneak did its thing.
I believe
Well,
so.
because we're shit orbits. So we got our moon. Moons orbit around planets, and then planets orbit around the sun, and then suns orbit around solar systems, and then solar systems orbit around
It's in
galaxies.
It's in its own
Because it's
solar system.
Or is it galaxy?
That's
then
where the
solar system?
that's where the galaxy comes
Yeah, it's
from,
just there.
because it's in the sun's orbit.
So is it sun around galaxy and the galaxy around solar system?
I think they're just there.
So galaxies are their thing.
Yeah, and
Solar
the
systems
universe
are
is like the
sun-
main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know the sun orbits something too. The sun just isn't there. It orbits something too. It is
It
orbiting.
might spin like around. I don't know.
I think it's orbiting.
because we're in like
Let me see.
the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, and I'm thinking we're just in a small speck on one of those. I think it's called like a flare.
Ew, I don't want to go to Bing.
Bing,
So we have that center of the galaxy, which is,
the sun.
I'd say, piping hot as well.
Yeah. So the sun orbits the center of the Milky Way, which is a galaxy, right? So the sun orbits galaxies, and then that's within our solar system. So I think, isn't there multiple galaxies in solar systems? So that's kind of what it is. It's like the solar system's kind of like the big old group.
Or ever expanding universe.
Yeah. And then there's so many solar systems in that universe that is ever expanding. And they're like, bro, there's like nothing in it. I'm like, what
Right.
the fuck?
All
What do you
dark
mean?
matter. What's
Sounds
dark
like there's a
matter?
fuck ton
We
of
don't
it.
know.
We don't know.
Absence of
It's like
light.
99.99999 of that.
Of everything.
And then all the rest of it is just us, and we're like dirt and rocks and shit. Oh, it's crazy. What did I have? This was one that was pretty crazy. I mean, this is a huge, who knows, step to something good, or possibly step to something bad. This is what you brought up, Jay. British Columbia becomes the first in Canada to decriminalize cocaine, meth, heroin, and other like harder drugs like that. So, it's not your marijuana.
Like the Oregon approach.
Huh?
Like
Yeah.
the Oregon approach.
Yeah. So decriminalization means, you're not going to jail. You probably pay a fine. Because, I mean, it's not just like, oh, here, I'll take your
I believe
meth.
they decriminalized weed in Nap, right?
Yeah, Marion County, yeah.
Right, Marion?
Yeah.
So that's like the same
You just
thing.
get
It's
a-
like,
if it's like a small amount, they'll just throw it away and nothing happens. But like, I'm assuming you're in BC, you're in British Columbia, you have like a decent amount of fucking like heroin on you. They're going to be like, you're not going to go to prison and shit, but like, bro, you're going to have to pay a fine.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
nothing happens, but like, you just don't, they're not approaching it like these people are criminals. You know what I mean? It's like they more or less are like they have problems. So maybe
And I wonder what the statistics are in Canada on drug use. Isn't it
definitely
said they're
rising.
usually happier there?
It's pretty fucking
Cold?
like foggy and like just not a lot of sunlight. I feel like.
No, is it like Canadians are nice and happy
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
Like,
yeah. But at the same time, bro,
eh?
everyone has the dark past and
But they
history.
ain't that.
I'm just thinking like, in 10 years, what is this going to show? You know what I mean? Is this going to show people that are repeat offenders in the sense of they keep getting caught with these drugs and pay these fines and they're completely okay with that, and that has nothing, it doesn't change anything with their like habits? Or does this just like help? You know what I mean? Does this show people like, fuck, I got caught once or twice, paid these fines, it's just not worth it. Maybe it's decriminalized to the sense of like couple times and then you do get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I also feel like the war on drugs never really solved anything, or
No.
in fact, I think it enhanced it
Completely. Yeah.
And maybe this is a new approach to that. As I don't know, like you said, as far as it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Like, who knows? Maybe it becomes like a haven of a, you know what I mean, of a drug spot because people think that they can like get away with it easier or something, or but maybe like if what you're saying, they're looking at these as people who are, you know, have a problem and that they want them to get better. I'm wondering, like, because a lot of places like think economically about it, and I feel like they use these people who get in trouble habitually and in and out, go through the system, and pay their fines. I feel like that's how a lot of places get their money. Maybe this place isn't, you know, maybe this place doesn't actually need, they're not supplied by just, you know, legal, like money coming in, you know, maybe they have sources coming in different other places. I wonder what made them decide this.
Are you saying that you're thinking maybe that they are deciding this in order to like possibly get more money?
And well, and that's what I'm wondering, what an economical
standpoint at it would
right
be. Yeah.
Is
instead of locking them up and spending more money on keeping them you know, taken care of in the sense of, you know, food.
Because some places, don't they have like free healthcare out there in Canada? Pretty sure they have.
Yes.
So,
free healthcare, yes.
Like, maybe like they actually give a fuck about their people. You know, I don't know. Maybe we're like,
yeah. And you know how people are always, oh, free healthcare. Oh, you're waiting in line. You don't have best doctors, this and that. I mean, I've heard two different sides. You know what I mean? My mom works for a Canadian company. And, you know, she's heard great things. She's heard bad things. But what do we have here?
Yeah.
We have some things that are great. We have some things that are fucking horrible. Yeah. So I think it's across the board. Like, unless you're in a horrible, like, country that has, like, absolutely zero healthcare. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're dying because of, like normal treatable diseases.
Right.
Like, you can't, like, be that upset. You know what I mean? Might not be perfect. Because everything's not perfect, but
right,
it's better than some.
Right.
What do you think, Vince? With this, what do you think?
I think it'll be interesting to see how it affects. Like, I know the homeless population's a big portion of like harder drug users. So I don't know how if it'll increase the homeless or like. I'm not sure which way it would go.
Right.
Depending on
if it increased, how do you think it would be so?
Like not having the wary users of drugs based on laws, I guess. Now it's just like a free open market though. I think
it's kind of like I don't have that like person watching me now. It's kind of like, okay, if I do get in trouble, whatever, you know. Plus, it is like, you know, if it is decriminalized, and like we said, we don't know if there's a fine or not. If there isn't a fine and you are homeless, damn, that kind of seems pretty fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
I wonder if there is like, if they're like just understanding of how hard it is to battle something like, you know, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, therefore, they're like, maybe they had too much.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Might have had too many users, and they're like, all right, we're needing this to die down a little bit. Or it's interesting topic.
So yeah, it's basically adults in BC are not subject to criminal charges for the personal possession of small amounts of certain illegal drugs. They granted the Health Canada granted an exemption from the Controlled Drugs and Substance Act to the province of BC. So, and that's from 2023 until 2026. So it is kind of like a test. It is that's like a 3-year test. So, here's some things that people are saying. It gets police out of the lives of drug users. Okay, that's beneficial and that's not beneficial. So the beneficial side is police can worry about actual things that can be looked at as more dangerous, murderers, rapists, people that assault, real crimes that are, and when I say real, it's, I'm not saying drugs aren't, everyone has their own personal.
Sorry.
He said, I'm going.
I'm coughing right in there.
So that's what they say. It gets out, police, but then now you don't have police able to stop, these people that are.
Well, the thing with drugs is like
drugs.
It's not like someone like it's a crime where most of the time someone's intentionally doing it
for
to
sure.
them. Well, to
100%.
them, to themselves, to their
yeah.
self body, like
yeah.
So it's like. Like, it's not like people are like pricking up someone else with
going
like
up
a heroin needle.
Yeah,
Like, if anything, they're like, no, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they'd rather. But I'm just like.
And unfortunately, a lot of those people that get to those states, because like this is like hard drugs. Like, this isn't, like I said, this isn't like, marijuana. And if this is like pills, like people are crushing the shit down and like shooting it up. Heroin, cocaine, crack, meth. This is hard shit. So those people have had external forces that have gotten them there. Like, they're not just like, here we go, now drugs are decriminalized, let's go smoke some crack.
Right. Yeah, not just trying to do
these are
like
people
a record,
that, have been on it.
And that's what I'm saying, like with the cop, like with usually when it comes to with like cops, like they're supposed to like protect like everyone, serve, protect everyone. Like if someone's not wanting to call the cops on themselves.
What's going to happen to overdoses now?
And that's interesting too, like, and it's like,
that's kind of
it may,
concerning.
is that going to skyrocket, or is that?
And that's what, boom, Canadian Providence tries to decriminalize drugs to fight overdose crisis.
Yeah.
So
they're having too much going on.
Yeah. So I personally don't know how or what that would fight overdose crisis, and I'm sure scientific people have had some research and came up with some theories. But
you said until 2006 or
2006, yep, or 2026. So it's a 3-year thing, exactly 3-year.
Interesting.
So if they do the numbers, so I'm assuming they took from 2013, or they took from 2020 till now, saw the numbers of overdoses, made this decision. They're going to go 3 years. They're going to see if there's been any decreases, and then maybe adjust some things,
So we'll put a pin in this, and 3 years later, you check back on the Last Dad podcast.
Yeah, we'll have some answers for you. So next up on the news is a dope ass fucking topic. Everyone loves it. Animals.
Animal news.
Animal news by Jared Robinson.
We got some animal news.
So what did you want to start off with?
What I got there?
We got horseshoe crabs.
I didn't write everything. Okay.
We got the fungi.
Oh, no.
And we got the diver in Japan.
Okay, so here we
I
go.
like that one.
Diver.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get on the old Insta. Oh, I just saw something else on the China thing. Oh.
So it says diver in Japan captures rare footage of an 8-foot giant squid.
I just came across this about that balloon thing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It says China claims that its balloon was a civilian airship and not the spy device the U.S. claimed it to be, and said that the U.S.'s decision to destroy its property seriously violates international convention.
Oh, man. Now it's going to just keep getting worse and worse. That was within an hour. It was not even an hour. It was 30 minutes since we've been talking about that, and now it's like, hey, bro, that shit was civilian, and now you shot it down, and now we got problems. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Civilian,
They
out
travel in
of
balloons?
Yeah, what?
Hey, I have a balloon ticket ride. It's 120,000 fucking feet in the air. It goes across the United States.
This is via Rap TV on Instagram, which they usually have pretty credible
Doesn't sound like a super credible site.
No, it
I
does.
will
It says
take
rap. Hey
I will
boys,
take
fire is the first comment.
Oh,
Wait.
boy. Oh, boy.
In these circumstances, for the United States to insist on using armed force is clearly an excessive reaction that seriously violates. Oh wait, did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. China will resolutely defend and legitimate rights and interests of the enterprise involved and retains the right to respond further.
Oh, well, shit. Damn. I think there's going to be some things that are going to happen.
Anyways, woman falls 360 feet as bungee cord snaps.
Oh, perfect. Let's go fucking
That's
rock
not
climbing.
good. That's not. All right. What I was getting at.
So a diver in Japan captures rare footage of an 8-foot giant squid.
Yeah, man. So that was just crazy in itself. Maybe you can get the video on there, Vince. I'm not sure, but 8-foot giant squid. That's a pretty big squid. I mean, when I think giant squid, I really think of like the size of a ship.
Same. But still, you know, those are like, I feel like those are like way down there.
Right. Like
They
that's
don't
gotta like
get-
they may still be there, but that's pretty big, dude.
God
Holy shit.
damn. Why do I want to cook it up and eat it?
Calamari.
Yeah, he's close. You know what I mean? That motherfucker ain't that deep. I mean, I'm sure it was obviously way deeper when it was
Bro,
first.
he could just snatch him up, and they got beaks. You know what I
They
mean?
do?
Yeah, they got sharp beaks
I had no idea.
or a beak.
Just one little like.
Yeah, in there,
Ugh.
and they grab it, and they can like
Bro,
like
squid
a
are
bird.
scary, bro. Squid are some of the scariest animals out there.
Yosuke Tanaka. He was the diver. I mean, there was a partner he had, but he got the video of this. But it's just pretty cool. Anyways, more news.
Animal.
Oh, I got you.
What you got?
Oh well, yeah. Go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
Oh, well, I like this one. The horseshoe crab blood becomes one of the most usable liquids in medical science. So basically, you know, we all know what a horseshoe crab is.
I don't know if everybody we might want to.
They're so fucking weird looking.
Horseshoe crab.
They're ugly as shit.
Oh, those are ugly. They
So
look like a
you know how, like,
stingray,
yeah.
and also look like there's a little tiny one.
Oh,
But yeah, it looks like a stingray, but it also looks like it's got like a head or shell of like a fucking
big ass one.
kind of looks like a scorpion or something.
You know how
too.
you see them on the beach?
Look, that right there. That's it. That's
There's the
that's
liquid.
the crab blood. That's crazy.
It's fucking blue. So they're using it for big pharma.
Could you?
What the fuck?
Yeah,
are
click
they
that.
about
See
to
what
use?
see what's going on. This might give us some better information. This was also on that rap account. Pretty credible.
So it's basically like contamination in injections and fusions. Blood clots. I thought I saw something about blood.
These
clots.
things, first of all, like bro, they look like prehistoric.
Oh, I think they've been around for a long ass time.
Over that's just,
You always see them like flipped over on the beach and they can't get back over.
No,
They
how
really
did they just die?
Yeah, they just die.
That sucks. Do you flip them over sometimes? Did you ever?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
No, I don't like you. Die.
So it says they've tested go back up just a tad bit. Estimated 7 million tested annually. God damn, that's a lot of shoe crabs. So they're getting their blood and they're just doing some shit
Yeah,
with
using it for testing different.
Probably
stuff.
antibiotics,
But
probably
I
different
guess it's
viral
hella
stuff.
beneficial, huh? It's
I mean, shit, they're really getting at it. And it's blue. That's so
That
weird,
is
bro.
That is
blue
crazy.
blood.
That's some like superhero or like villain shit.
It's Avatar blood.
Shoe crab man.
400. The miracle. Wait, horseshoe crab blood, the miracle vaccine ingredient that saved millions. My gosh, it's
So they used it in a vaccine. What? They're like, yo, something's wrong with someone. Get him a shoe crab fucking blood and put it in him, and he will be better. Who comes up with this shit?
They're older than the dinosaurs.
They are, bro. They just been doing their thing.
450 million years old.
Potential medicines and vaccines for COVID-19.
They want you to start taking this crab blood.
Everyone gets shipped a shoe crab. You have to de-blood it yourself. Everyone take 50 milliliters of crab blood.
Shoe crab blood.
God damn it. Mine's fucking empty.
Just a blue vial.
You go to CVS and you get more. They're out of stock. God damn it.
Need more. Order more horseshoe crab blood.
Yeah. Tell me that's not like Rick and Morty.
Need more horseshoe crab blood.
ASAP. They're in the hospital. Yeah.
Side note on Rick and Morty, that guy got fired.
Oh, yeah. Over some questionable stuff. We'll just leave it at that. Roland?
He's the voice of Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
It's going to be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a big part, you would say?
He's the voice of Rick and Morty.
Oh, he's the voice of Rick. Oh,
yeah. Well, plus like a lot of different, like, you know, he basically does like probably 75% of the voices. And it was like, it's some shit that like you can't come back from. So he's like, he's done.
They're going to have to.
I could see it ending, bro. I don't know how they're gonna I do not want to listen.
They still have the guy that creates the story, but
I don't want to listen to someone that sounds like Rick and Morty.
Like you can tell they're trying.
Yeah,
they're just gonna have to kill those characters, and they're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to rewrite the story, or not rewrite the story, but they're just gonna have to like have a new.
Or maybe they could be like
Cleveland Brown show. You know what I mean? Or like remake
that one didn't do well.
No, not a good example. But
how about I like your idea of like killing those like that specific Rick and Morty, and there's two different ones that sound a little different, and everything's still kind of the same.
Right?
It'll work out.
Yeah.
Shout out Adult Swim, and you know, give me my fucking little percentage because that wasn't a bad idea.
It's not.
Other animals.
The
fungi?
Or no. Anything else? I had another one. Where am I?
I don't know.
What's my name?
Oh,
Jared.
He said that's what it is.
The other one was prehistoric. We were talking about prehistoric. A company has raised millions to de-extinct the dodo bird.
Oh, the dodo bird, bro. I always liked the dodo bird.
And woolly mammoth.
That's fucking dope,
Manny?
Bro.
He's a Manny?
Yes.
Fucking Ice Age?
Yes.
And release them into the wild. So...
Okay, now we're talking. Now we're like, my guy.
Jurassic Park.
We're going to release some shit that's not been in the wild for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Hundreds of thousands, maybe?
Blame Colossal Biosciences.
Well,
the venture capital funded juggernaut of de-extinction science announced plans on January 31st to bring back the dodo. Founded in 2021 by tech entrepreneur Ben Lamb and Harvard University geneticist George Church, the company first said it would recreate the mammoth, and a year later it announced such an effort for the thylacine, aka Tasmanian tiger.
I've seen them motherfuckers. What the fuck?
Now, why would you bring that back? Now, with the launch of a new avian genomics group, and reported $150 million of additional investment.
Who gets investments for that shit? Like, who's sitting there with a lot of money and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna invest in a fucking dodo bird that hasn't been around for years.
I'm gonna get my money back on this.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting some investment. Well, think about it though. Even though you put it in the wild, you can have some for captivity, and people will be like, I want to see what a fucking dodo bird does.
I have an Ice Age zoo.
Basically, I have zoos that are prehistoric animals.
Zoos. That'd be insane. It's like straight up Jurassic Park.
That's gonna...
That's what
seems like that's exactly what's about to happen.
A goal. It says a goal. This just being one that they're sharing with us.
Exactly.
A goal here is to create an animal that can be physically and psychologically well in the environment in which it lives.
Don't we already do that?
It used to. It doesn't live anymore, so it can't.
It went extinct for a reason.
It's just gonna die. Like it's not gonna be able to. It's just gonna. It's gonna be like, what
I'm
the
not supposed to be
Hey,
here.
hey, Joe Pesci. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Bro, he's looking at buildings and shit. The dodo bird. He's like,
Yeah, walking through. He's got to get a job.
yeah. He's like,
A working member of society. Have you seen Howard the Duck,
No, I know what it is though.
is
bro?
that a duck? That's a good job. Damn it. Not a duck. That's a good job.
Duck in a suit or whatever, bro. The movie is kind of interesting, but it's not like a great, even good movie. But
Yeah, no.
for some reason, I had to.
Oh my God, I see the motherfucker.
Howard
Bro,
the Duck.
I want to be that faded one time. Click on that guy right there, bro. Click on him right there.
That one was the one in.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's geeked up. Oh my God, what is he doing?
Yeah, and that's in the movie, bro. That's in the movie. Hey, that's isn't that the mom in Back to the Future? And she's like,
She's getting Back to the Future. Is that DMX, bro? What the fuck?
bro, he gets like shot out of his world and
Hey, listen. Straight up, Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, quack quack.
Yeah. He said, "Dear Lord,
Quack, quack.
yeah. Why is it DMX? Is that not DMX right
No,
there?
I don't think it is.
Oh, I want it to be so bad. Oh God,
But
there's so many versions of them.
the reason I brought him up though is because I think he said something about.
We're talking about dodo birds.
Oh yeah, because he's got to just he's
Kinda
trying to
similar.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
Yeah.
it's funny. If
It'd be
you
like
ever
bringing
seen it.
him into real life. What is he gonna do?
Yeah,
It's Howard.
people
the
were
Duck.
chasing him at first. People were trying to cook him and shit.
Oh
Like,
shit!
it's a funny movie.
He's like, yo, bro, chill.
The
I'm
guy
just
from-
like you.
The guy from Beetlejuice is
Robin Williams.
Michael Keaton, the other guy.
no the not Beetlejuice, but it was like one of the people like showing off the house. He's got the big nose. He's usually a villain
yeah.
in like older movies.
Go
like
down
that.
more. What is he doing right here? Oh, I thought he was taping someone up, bro. I was like,
He
damn.
might still be.
Or is he measuring something? Damn, I'm over gifted.
Go up real fast, bro. This right here is I recognize this because I have this game. It's called Snap on my phone,
Yeah.
and it's like Marvel characters, and they have different powers and different like abilities and stuff. And you have 3 locations, and like they have like handicaps, like or things that'll boost your score or whatever there. And
that's what they're positioned like.
well, it's like so that's like their energy, and then that's the power that they play. So when you have it uses one energy.
So is Howard the Duck on there?
I actually haven't seen him on there, so that's kind of cool. But I wanted to tell you guys because it's a fun game, like because you can get different cards and then upgrade the cards, not to change their abilities or anything, but the look of them, like they have shiny logos and like
Yeah.
3D on your phone. It's
Yeah.
pretty
I get what
cool.
you're saying.
I'll show
yeah.
you guys after
Holographic
this. It's
almost.
kind of cool. But
Last but not least,
dodo birds, woolly mammoth, that shit's crazy.
that's crazy. But this kind of is, because fungi's been around longer than I feel like fungi's been around probably the longest type of species on Earth, close to like maybe stuff in the ocean. When it comes to on land, I would probably argue that fungi is the oldest species. So it says that dangerous fungi. Because there's good shit and there's bad shit. Dangerous fungi is possibly adapting to heat. So
the weird part about that is from what you brought up last week about The Last of Us, and that's pretty much the whole premise of that, right? Is
the cordyceps virus they call it in the show. It's like,
oh my gosh. And that's just a scary thought too, just because, I mean, that's like almost Mother Nature.
wait till you watch the intro for the second
this is
episode.
what it's saying.
My gosh.
This is
It's
what
crazy.
it's saying. So global warming is priming deadly fungi to invade our warm bodies. Our warm body temperatures are our best line of defense against infectious fungi. But as global temperatures rise, soar, fungi could be, and they just recorded a negative 118 or 108 disease. They just recorded negative 108 in Montana, I think.
Yeah, where'd you send the group? You sent the group chat.
It was like a negative and 108 degrees. And so it's like one of the records that they've recorded. So whenever I see global warming, I just don't like, you know what I mean? It just makes me think like,
well,
New Hampshire.
If you think about the reverse side of it, like, because like with the seasons, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess would it be more extreme?
Then it's gonna be kind of like deserts. So what's pretty much what's happening in a desert? What's that gonna be everywhere? You know what I mean? It's gonna be hot as fuck in the daytime. Come nighttime, it's gonna get cold as fucking chilly. Like,
so basically, yeah, it's saying that a fungi is adapting to withstand heat. So, and this is funny. I just noticed it just commented about The Last of Us. By the way, this is on Futurism.com. Shout out to them. While The Last of Us has us worrying about the zombifying, the thing that you said, what is it?
Cordyceps?
Yeah. The reality of dangerous fungal infection will likely be more mundane, though potentially just as deadly. Historically, our body's best line of defense against fungi has been our body temperature. Human bodies are nice and warm at average of 97.8 degrees. But what it's saying is it's typically too hot for infectious fungi. But, as the temperatures rise, that means the fungi adapt to be able to survive certain temperatures. So,
nothing's ever set in stone. It's like people are like, no, that could never happen, or that would never happen, or you know what I mean? Like, but I mean, look at how much the earth has evolved anyway. Like this right where we're at used to be a swamp. Like this used to be swamplands.
I know, bro. And we just took it away.
We're living here now.
Here's one thing. It says a rise in fungal infection deaths is already plenty to worry about. In 1970, U.S. deaths due to fungal infections were only in the hundreds, according to WSJ. But data provided by the Center for Diseases Control and Prevention, CDC, shows that in 2018, the figure had risen to more than 4,700. And as recently as 2021, that number climbed to 7,200. Although around 1,900 of those were COVID-19 associated cases. What? The agency notes, which is still a net increase. So, they tied in COVID-19 with that. I don't know if they're saying that, having the fungal infection within you makes you more susceptible to it.
I mean, not if you get that blue blood.
Right.
You got to do is get you some horseshoe crab blood and you'll be good.
Yeah. You can get that shit right here on the Last Dab podcast.
We got the connect for horseshoe crab blood.
Straight from the source. Uncut.
Straight through the straw.
It ain't that plastic reseal Kool-Aid bullshit.
No.
It's that horseshoe blood.
Still warm.
It's still warm when you get it. You want to chill it just a little bit. Put it on ice.
Keep the head of the horseshoe crab and like wear it as a crown.
Because that gives you more of like a personal connection to said horseshoe crab. It allows him to
live through me.
That's what I'm saying. It allows him to further his life in the sense of couldn't have even said it better.
I feel like there's one more thing that
I don't think about animals now.
Forget it. It's too much stuff and I forget. But we had a lot in there.
Yes. Episode 85. We're getting really, really close to 100.
85.
Feeling good.
think still ready to see what's coming up this year. I feel like we've been doing this for a good amount of time. I feel like we have some
cool things planned up.
Some things that we can some new special things that we can.
We already did it last year. I think we can do it again even better.
Right. I had a lot of guests on last year.
I had a lot of guests on last year. I kind of would like to do some cool like environmental episodes in the sense of like being places. You know what I mean? Cool, yeah. We have spoke about that before. Whether that's like restaurants or like outdoor, like meeting places.
I think it's a little bit warmer here.
Exactly. Or being in the forest, you know what I mean? Or like being out on a boat. That'd be dope as fuck.
Boat would be cool.
A boat episode. Yeah. You know what I mean? Rent a pontoon boat and just fucking have a cool ass episode on one. That'd be cool shit.
Big puss. Yeah, bro. Definitely do some nature or something. Do some nature podcasts or something. A by the fire episode.
There we go. Like yes, by the fire episode. S'mores included.
Dad by fire.
Dad by fire. Yes, I love it. So there's a little bit of the future of the Last Dad podcast. Still going strong. Independent entertainment. About to do taxes for that. That's always fun. And then, new year, new money to be made, new things to do.
New hustles.
Yeah, new hustles.
So let's do it. I'm down.
I'm down. Vince?
I'm down to clown around.
J-Rock. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.